Last time on Kombi Life, we set out from California on a mission to cross the United States. We explored the spectacular state of Arizona, got a ticket for not driving fast enough, and drove the historic Route 66. Well, most of the time we were driving anyway. In this episode, we have just 10 days to get from Louisiana to New York to ship our Kombi to Europe. So, let's go and explore the eastern states.
There had been many long days of driving across the scorched states of Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas, and Texas, and Texas. So it was refreshing to reach the greener pastures of Louisiana. Finally, some trees and some lush vegetation.
So fascinating to see the changes in the landscape. I guess we've entered swamp country now, right? We're in the southern states in Louisiana, so
Everything's so green and swampy, and there's so many different animals here that we haven't seen on our journey through these states yet.
like snapping turtles just over there. It's pretty cool. And alligators, lots of alligators, so we're going to have to be careful. Alaska's going to have to kind of stay nearer to camp, not wander quite so far. Can't wait to go and explore this land though, it's awesome.
Heading south was definitely the wrong direction for us. We needed to be heading up to New York, but there was no way I was letting Ben drive past New Orleans. To explore New Orleans. We're in the French Quarter at the moment, and so far we've seen a lot of music, a lot of drinking on the streets, a lot of art. It's quite an interesting place so far.
New Orleans is a fascinating town with real soul. It is alive with culture fizzing through its picturesque streets. With second-line parades, music, art and dancing, we instantly fell in love with this crazy little town called NOLA. Even the cemeteries were interesting.
We've just discovered that New Orleans is pretty famous for its cemeteries, and I think that's mainly because of these amazing tombs that they've built for the dead. And that's because New Orleans is built on a swamp, so they can't bury the dead in the ground, and they build these amazing tombs for people to be buried in. And some of them are like, there's about 10 people in one tomb from the family.
Yeah, I think I'd rather be fed to the fish. I mean, when you die, your body's food, right? It's kind of a waste.
Oh, I can eat you.
That's disturbing. There's another cemetery across town where there's a tomb for Nicolas Cage, the actor, where he's going to be buried. He bought that tomb when he was 50 years old, and I don't know why you do that. And apparently tourists go there and leave red lipstick marks on that tomb. So I don't know if that makes them weirder or him. Kinda odd if you ask me. But you had to pay $40 to get in to go and see that tomb, so I can think of better things to be spending my $40 on.
The same cemetery that Ben just spoke of also has apparently a voodoo queen there, and people go there to get her blessings. I don't know what they have to do to the tomb.
Yeah, you just put an X mark on the tomb.
To be cursed or to be blessed?
One of the two. Kind of weird, right? House life! As you can see, I'm wearing my house clothes. So good to spread out. We have been hooked up by our friend Tom in San Diego. Yep, that Tom, who has hooked us up with his friend Yera, who lives here in New Orleans, who has very, very kindly allowed us to sleep in a real bed for a few nights.
Real bed! We're not sleeping on boxes.
What a treat.
What a treat.
So we have this little studio apartment in here to just chillax and get out of the van. It's so humid here in New Orleans, right, Leah?
Yeah.
We've got this dehumidifier because I think it's like 60% or 70% humidity here, so we totally feel it. It's feeling a little disgusting, but it's nice to have a shower. It's nice to kind of be out of the van. I'm a little bit nervous, to be honest, about leaving the van outside in the city with all of our stuff in it, with no curtains hiding any of it and no good locks. So hopefully everything works out, but I'm excited. Let's go out and see what New Orleans has to offer, Leah.
Woohoo! Just want to say, this is how frizzy my hair is because of the condensation from the air. I don't think I could live here. Look at that!
Just because of your hair? I think you look hot.
80s.
You always look hot to me, babes. Bye-bye, Boomerang. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
One of the main reasons we're in New Orleans is for the food, the southern food. I can't wait. It's the little things about New Orleans that we love, like these gaslit lanterns. How cute are they? Seafood?
I don't understand half of the menu. Going for some seafood gumbo and something that says it's a taste of New Orleans, which sounds pretty safe, but we'll see what it is. No turtle soup for us.
God, they're huge oysters.
Gumbo is good. Yum. Thumbs up for southern food. Gumbo, we like that. Oysters, not really. They were massive, but they didn't taste very good. Beans, probably the best beans I've ever had in my entire life. Can't wait to try some more. Come on, Chica.
The lens. The lens looks like it's fogged up.
It's just so hot.
Really, can you not see that?
Give me a rub down.
There we go.
Oh, beautiful. Morning. Where are we, Leah?
We're in Florida this morning.
Oh, and it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Where did we sleep last night? You brought us here.
Yeah, we found a boat ramp, public boat ramp in the national forest that we could sleep in. Free camp spot. There's a beautiful lake, a river.
Yeah, come and look at this. Don't go too close, okay? I don't know if we're being paranoid or what, but we don't really want to go in this water here because it's probably full of crocodiles and or alligators and or other... Alaska, come here. Come here. I know, I want to go in there too. It looks so beautiful,
Yeah.
but are we being paranoid?
I don't know. All I've heard about Florida is there's a lot of alligators and crocodiles. They could be anywhere.
They
You
are.
can't really see them.
They are almost certainly in this water at some point. They are in all of these lakes, rivers and swamps, but this one looks particularly beautiful, and locals will probably be laughing at us thinking, you were there and you didn't swim, it's gorgeous there, you should do that. But we don't really know, and I don't really want to die. Not from a crocodile. That'd be a horrible way to go.
We were pretty excited about being in Florida. We loved our time in New Orleans, but it did leave a little bit of a bitter taste in our mouths.
Look! We've got a ding in our paint here. Only it's not a ding from us. This is somebody trying to break into our van. This happened when we were parked in New Orleans. We spent a couple of days in the apartment and someone has tried to get a screwdriver behind here and jimmy the door out and kind of messed up the paint and the seal. Thanks very much, mate. Really appreciate that. That's awesome. We're gonna have to be a little bit careful, I think.
It's the first time we left the car alone too, so there is going to be many, many more break-in attempts to come, I'm sure, because we can't always be in the bus and we can't always keep an eye on it, so it's going to be a nightmare. Up until this point, Alaska had been pretty cool about all the driving. But by the time we reached the Floridian humidity, she was anything but cool. So we booked her in to get a shave. She wasn't going to be missing out on the next adventure anyway. This one was not for dogs.
Right out there, guys, a couple little bitty ones. They're probably about a year old or so is what those are there. You'll see the little yellow stripes on them. They'll help those till they're, 6 foot or so. They estimate we've got over 1 million alligators in the state of Florida, and anywhere there's water, there's a chance there's an alligator in it. You just don't want to get in the water in Florida. Stay out of the water is the best advice I can give you, unless it's a swimming pool, or go to the beach, but as far as the fresh water, this guy won't swim in it. I mean, I'm just not going to get in the water. I just ain't going to do it. I would say anywhere there's water, there's an alligator in it. There's going to be one in it. I'm just, and this time of the year, it's not a good time to be in the water. We're in the boyfriend, girlfriend time of the year, I should say. It's warming up, so these things are starting to feed more now. They're starting to feed now, so it's best not to get in the water. It just is. Wouldn't do that. Yeah, there's tons of other wildlife here. The star of the show is the alligator. Our main animal out here is our endangered snail kite. That's the big deal animal out here.
Hey, chica buena. Hey, chica buena.
Hey, you look so... You feel better. I know. You missed out on some alligators. Oh, but you look so clean now. Good girl.
Is that better, Alaska? Is that better?
You must be so much better.
We couldn't believe how many crocs we saw in the swamp, and we were definitely taking Harold's advice and steering clear of freshwater swimming. But there was no way I was missing out on swimming in the ocean. The Atlantic Ocean! The Atlantic Ocean! We made it to the Atlantic! That's my ocean! Never in our overlanding adventures have we been at the Atlantic Ocean, so pretty excited about this. I miss the ocean, man. Beautiful here in Florida. Yoo-hoo! This was a massive milestone for us. We had crossed America, coast to coast, and reaching the Atlantic felt awesome. It's good to be back! Man, I miss the ocean. Woo! Oh!
Wonder how many oceans we'll see
plenty more, hopefully. Looking forward to the Indian Ocean, one of my favourites, probably my favourite. Indian Ocean is just a machine, pumps out waves. Tropics, it's Australia, west coast of Australia. So good to be back in the ocean.
It was the perfect end to a perfect day on the road. The night, on the other hand, was not so perfect.
Worst night's sleep ever, right? Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Not only were we parked in a place where we're not allowed to be, so we were always thinking that we shouldn't be here. We got locked out of the campsite, so we had to park in a no parking area. But also, the little no-see-ums. Oh my God! These tiny little bugs. Like you can't see them, just little sandflies or something. They just killed us last night. It was so hot in here. Couldn't have even the screen open on the fan. You get bitten?
Yes, got bitten.
No, you sound sick.
Mm-hmm.
You sick too? Oh. Not nice. Let's go. Let's go. She's obviously not very happy either because she would always stick her head up in the morning. So this sucks. Van life sucks.
Literally the worst night's sleep ever. It's sunrise over there. It was like just before 7 a.m. Had to wake up super early because we are parked somewhere we shouldn't be because we got locked out of the campsite. But somehow there is a bazillion, literally, of these little bugs.
Little midges that really hurt when they bite.
Yeah, you can I can feel them right now. There's like thousands of the little buggers, and they get straight through the mosquito screens that we've got. So it's just no defense from them. We are all super itchy all night long. They're like, bzz, bzz, bzz. You can't hear them really, but you just feel them.
Oh, that was one there.
Oh,
Yeah.
tiny.
They get in your eyeballs too.
In your eyeballs?
Uh-huh.
That's disgusting.
Yep.
You sound sick.
I'm sick. Van life's the worst at the moment.
Worst part is we have like 4 bottles of bug spray in here somewhere, and we've been searching and we cannot find it. And we need to go and buy another 5th bottle. Vamos, Laska. Casa. Arriba. Let's get out of here. Turning our compasses north for the final push to New York City, our first stop was in the peachy state of Georgia, because we had a very special person to meet.
This is Holly.
Surprise!
We're so happy to finally meet Holly. We've been chatting for so long now. So one of the things that we wanted to do before we left the US was to come and see Holly. So
I'm honored completely. I'm thrilled, and it's extremely surreal. And I'm so happy to meet you and been in Alaska and have y'all in my home.
beautiful home. We're just talking about that.
Oh, well, thank you.
Oh, gorgeous.
You're welcome anytime.
It's beautiful. The furniture is gorgeous.
Leah was pretty sick at this point. She definitely needed some downtime to regain her strength. So it was perfect timing to be hanging out with Holly.
Holly has been our guardian angel on the east coast of the US because we have been sick and ill, and she's just taken care of us so well. I can't thank her enough. She's an absolute angel.
Now, whilst we weren't moving, we had the opportunity and space to properly prepare Boomerang and remove all of the contraband that we couldn't ship to Europe. Another thing we have to throw away is all of our aerosol stuff, which kind of hurts because we have a lot of it and it costs a lot of money. Like this one on its own was $8.20 and it's never been used. That's adhesive glue. We can't ship it home anyway in the mail, on air mail, and we can't keep it in the bus because it's hazardous materials, so combustibles. So that's kind of annoying. So we're losing this and probably another one about that size of all undercoating materials and paints that we were intending to use for our build.
So after sorting everything out and taking out what can't be shipped, we made an itemized list of everything that's in the vehicle. It's like 5 pages long. So when they check it at customs, hopefully they'll be able to go through everything quite easily and make sure that everything's in order and there's nothing that we shouldn't be shipping.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's not. Give it a roll. Sleep like that. And this is Alaska's new kennel that she has to fly in. So we have to take this with us. It's a pain in the ass. And that's it. Ready to hit the road. It's what a nightmare.
Our boat was almost about to leave, so we pointed our compass towards the Big Apple and left Georgia. But we left a little too soon.
Leah had woken at 3 a.m. with chest pains. They were pretty severe, so I took her to the nearest medical facility to get her checked out. I'd say the past 6 months had been intense, but this started way before that. Since a year earlier, when we gave away our Kombi, we had been working non-stop, 12 to 15 hours every day, 7 days a week, to finish our Asta Alaska production. By the time we started this new series, we'd had zero rest, and we jumped headfirst into working long days on resurrecting our desert bus. After almost 6 months, we'd almost achieved what we came here to do, to rescue Boomerang and get him to Europe. But we had been bouncing all over the States working on our Kombi, filming intensely, and the whole project had taken its toll. Leah is such a trooper. She has phenomenal strength, and even though she was determined to continue work in front and behind the lens, her body just said no more. Fortunately, there was no lasting damage, and we were given the green light to continue on our journey. Were we asking too much of ourselves? Most definitely. But we had to do one more thing to complete this mission. We had to survive van life in New York City, and we had to get our whole family to Europe. But that is a story for next time. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have recently filmed a video about our route plan around the world, where we're intending to go on this round the world expedition. We know a lot of you guys have been asking for it. It's on our Patreon page and also available to our YouTube channel members. But because so many of you are wondering where we're going on this expedition, we're making that video public so you can go and check it out.
Yes, we've also, as a bonus content for our members, our Patreon members, and the Kombi crew members on YouTube, we have invited you guys to help us with the planning and let us know where you'd like us to go to in the countries that we are coming past.
Yeah, we want to do a road trip with you guys. We'd love to see your part of the world. You people are helping us make this series happen, so we'd love to include you in it as much as we possibly can. This is going to be like a huge collaboration with the Kombi crew. It should be fun.
So guys, click the link and enter the details for where you want us to visit. We are so keen to meet up with a lot of you guys, so
yeah, let's make it happen.